children. Okay, I'm sorry, I've lost the children. Give me a minute, give me a minute. All right, okay, I think this is better. All right, good afternoon, children. Welcome back to our Sunday class. It's very nice to see all of you. Today we have a very special guest, special teacher have joined us, Miss Nalini. Miss Nalini, can you just wave your hand so that the children see you? Yeah, this is Teacher Nalini, and she's joining our class from today onwards. So you will see her along with me during the lesson. All right? Okay. Welcome aboard, Teacher Nalini. It's good to have you. All right. Shall we start with our good afternoon song? I'm sure all of you know this song by now. We will sing it together. Good afternoon to you and looking through the window. It's a very good way to welcome all our friends back and then to start the class with a very happy cheer. All right. So I would like to hear you, please. Right. Shall we start? Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, my dear friends. I'm glad to see you. Very good. All right, children, I need to hear your voices. Right? Okay. Looking through the window. Ready? Go. Looking through the window, and who do I see? I see children, children waving at me. Looking through the window, and who do I see? I see children, children waving at me. Hello. Hello, hello, how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, thank you. Very good, Tanudi. I can't hear you, but I can see your mouth moving, singing along with us. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you, children. Yeah, all right. So we will start our lesson. Let's do a little recap first. Last week, we learned all about adjectives. The adjectives are descriptive words. It describes a noun or a pronoun. Why do you use adjective? So that whatever you are saying or whatever you are telling is a little bit more interesting for the reader or the listener. All right. It also helps us to understand, gives us a better picture about what you're trying to tell us. All right. Very simple things like dress. See the word pink. So the moment if you close your eyes and I say dress, you can think about any dress. But if I say pink, then the options are narrowed down and the answer is the picture is very clear to you in your mind. All right. So that's why we use adjectives to make sure that our sentences are interesting so that we can understand what you're trying to tell us better. We also learned about writing stories. And besides the beginning, middle, and ending, characters are very important in the story. If characters are the people, animals, creatures in a story, the author tells us about what they do and the feelings and the emotions and the actions taken by the characters. And then we have the setting, the place, when, and where. So when is the time, the seasons, the month, the day, and where is the place. So we learned about all these in our story writing. If you remember, we did picture talk. So we had two pictures because the previous week we learned all about bears, and then last week we did a picture talk, and then you gave me many sentences. So using the sentences that you gave, I put them together, rephrase them, and put them together to make a story. All right. So I'm going to read the story to you first, and then after which you can try reading the sentences back to me. Okay. Okay. So the title of the story is Polar Bears. Very simple story title, all right? Okay. Last Sunday, my friends and I went to the Sri Lanka Zoological Gardens. There were many animals in the zoo. We saw monkeys, elephants, giraffes, and many more. The animals were kept in the clean habitats and fed regularly by the zookeepers. Our favorite animals were the bears. Sorry, children, sorry, give me a... Our favorite animals were the bears. There were 4 polar bears and 4 grizzly bears. The big polar bears live in a cold enclosure. They love to catch fish. We could see that Mama polar bear was going to have a swim. Papa polar bear went to its den to hibernate. Just like us, the polar bear's cubs love to play. The polar bears were happy and excited. Next, we walked to see the fierce brown grizzly bears. Papa and Mama bear were hibernating in their den, while the cubs were looking for some sweet honey. My friend wanted to pet the cute cubs, but the zookeeper stopped us and told us to respect the animals and admire them from afar. We apologized and continued with our tour of the zoo. It was a long and tiring day, but we were very happy to see all the wonderful animals and learn so much about them. Right? So these sentences were all given by you, if you remember. So what we did is that we put them in a proper setup, beginning, middle, and ending. All right? And then we have setting, when, last Sunday, where, Sri Lanka Zoological Gardens. And then we had characters, family and our friends and I. So the words in blue are characters of the story. The words in yellow are your adjectives, all right? So we have used whatever we have learned in our lesson in our writing. Okay. Just to clarify, is there any words here that you do not know the meaning? Anybody would like to ask me? And I can explain to you the meaning before I get any of you to read. Anybody? Anybody would like to ask me? Is there any words that you do not understand the meaning? Like habitats. Do anybody know what's habitat? Can anybody tell me what is it? Habitat. Habitat is a place, is the home of animals, right? Wherever they are kept, their enclosures, right? And the homes or their dens or their caves, wherever they live, is called habitats, right? Right. Any other words? Enclosure is also another word for habitat, a place to live, right? Hibernate, I'm sure you know. Apologize. Apologize means saying sorry. Any other words? Any other words, children? All good? Okay. Can I have somebody to read, please? Who would like to read? Anybody? Anudi, would you like to read, dear?
Yes, teacher.
All right. Thank you, darling. Can you please unmute yourself, sweetheart?
Last Sunday, my friend and I went to the Sri Lanka Zoological Gardens. There were many animals in the zoo. We saw monkeys, elephants, giraffes, and many more. The animals were kept in their clean habitat and fed regularly by the zookeepers. Our favorite animals were the bears. There were 4 polar bears and 4 grizzly bears. The big polar bears live in a cold enclosure. They love to catch fish. We could see that Mama polar bear was going to have swim. Papa polar bear went into hibernate. Just like us, the polar cub love to the happy side. The bear and our hibernating there. They are then while the cubs were looking for some sweet honey. My friend was said that stop as an and admire them from afar. We continued our walk through. I was very all the wonderful animals and learned so much about them.
Very good. Well done. And who was that? Can I know your name, please? Very good. Well done, dear. I can hear you speak very well, loud and clear, and you have your pronunciation was pretty good. And you had good pausing. You were wonderful. Good. Keep up the good job. All right. Maybe I'll just like to help you to pronounce some of the words. Giraffes. All right. These giraffes, happy death, enclosure, hibernate. All right. So these are some of the words that you may need to pronounce a little bit better. But other than that, you are wonderful. Good job. Give yourself a big round of applause. And friends, can you please clap hands for you did a wonderful job. Good job. All right. Can I have one more? I would like to hear one more try reading.
May I can teacher. I'm teacher. Tanudi, I can read.
Uditi, okay. Uditi, would you like to try?
Yes,
children.
teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, all right.
Last Sunday, my friends and I went to the Sri Lanka Zoological Gardens. There were many animals in the zoo. We saw monkeys, elephants, giraffes, and many more. The animals were kept in their clean habitats, fed regularly by the bears. There were 4 polar bears and 4 grizzly bears. The big polar bear live in a cold enclosure. They love to catch fish. We could see that Mama polar bear was going to have a swim. Papa polar bear went to its den to hibernate. Just like us, the polar bear cubs love to play. The polar bears were happy and excited. Next, we walked to see the fierce brown grizzly bears. Papa and Mama bear were hibernating in their den, while the cubs were looking for some sweet honey. My friends wanted to pet the cute cubs, but the zookeeper stopped us and told us to respect the animals and admire them from afar. We apologized and continued with our tour of the zoo. It was a long and tiring day, but we were very happy to see all the wonderful animals and learn so much about them.
I am very happy to hear you read the sentences. Wonderful. You have very good expression, pausing. You have tried your very best to pronounce all the words. Even the first time you couldn't, hibernate. But the second time you corrected yourself, hibernating, which is very good. This is called self-correction, and that's wonderful. All right, you have done a great job. Big round of applause for you too. Okay, just let me quickly pronounce some of the words so that everybody can learn together. This word here is apologize. All right, and this word here is fierce. All right, and this is hibernate, which, yeah. And then is there any other words that you think you need me to say it again so that you can pronounce it better? Children? Any other words? All of you good? Yeah. Then we will go on to the lesson. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Today what we are going to do, we are going to learn another form of similes. Adjectives. Okay. I'm trying to see as many children as possible, so please be patient with me. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Today we are going to continue with adjectives. Okay, but this is another form of an adjective. It's called similes. And then we are going to go back to comprehension, understanding what we are reading. Okay. Let's look. Similes. What is a simile? A simile describes a thing as being similar to another. Okay. Last week we learned adjectives and we only describe what we see or what we have or what we know. All right. But simile is actually describing a thing, and it's comparing it or describing it to be similar to another thing. All right. And simile often use the words like and as. Right. Similes can make your writing more interesting and help the reader to imagine what you are describing. So the objective of using similes in your writing and your speaking is the same like adjectives. You want them to make sure that your writing is interesting, and you also want people to be able to imagine what you are describing better. Okay, here are some examples of similes. Right, honey. What is the character? How would you describe honey? Can anybody have you eaten honey before? I'm sure everybody, right? So honey is spicy. Is honey spicy? How does it taste? Sweet. Yes. So we are going to describe the singing to the honey. Okay. Her voice was as sweet as honey. So we are trying to get this. So I'm if I say that, Duliti's voice is nice. So what we'll be thinking, everybody's like, oh, Duliti's voice is nice. But if I say Duliti's voice was as sweet as honey when she was singing, then we can understand that her voice was very sweet, just like how the honey would taste. So we are using food, we are using something to describe Duliti's voice, okay? Or Himashi's voice was as sweet as honey. So again, so when I say this to you, you can immediately understand when Imashi sings, her voice is very sweet. So Imashi, later, are you going to sing for us? All right. Next, the water is sparkling like a sky full of stars. See, so when I just say the water is nice, the water is clear, all right, it becomes a little boring or little common. But if I say the water is sparkling like a sky full of stars, immediately I can understand that the sun is shining and the water looks clear and beautiful. All right, we all would like to go for a swim. All right, so this is what a simile does. It helps you to understand a noun or a thing a little bit more better. Right? He slept like a log. All right, what does that mean? A log, it won't move. It will just stay put there, right? You can't move. You can't move it. It won't move. You can't move it. All right, it's very quiet. So when a baby sleeps like a log, it means the baby is sleeping very peacefully and soundly. Nothing can disturb. Okay? He's really in deep, deep sleep. All right. Like I can say, my pet dog sleeps like a log. So even anybody comes in and out, my pet dog will never wake up. All right. So she sleeps like a log. The cat's fur is as soft as a feather. So you know how soft a feather is, right? So if you have a pet cat and you want to tell your friend, do you know my pet cat has very soft fur? And then to be like, how soft? Then you can use a simile and say, my pet cat's fur is as soft as a feather. Then your friend will immediately understand how soft the fur can be. All right. So our teacher is as wise as an owl. Okay. Or you can even say, my friend is as wise as an owl, because we always refer owl being a very wise animal, especially in stories. They always portray owls as being very wise. So when you compare a person to be as wise as owl, so you're saying that the person is extremely intelligent. All right. So that's what you're trying to say. 1 minute. But not least, the snow covered the house like a blanket. So what do you do with a blanket? You cover yourself when you're cold, and you sometimes cover even your head and you cover it completely. So when you say the snow covered the house like a blanket, it means the whole house is completely covered with snow. All right. So all these words here, they actually help us to make our sentences more interesting and for the reader or the listener to understand what you're trying to tell a little bit better. Okay. Here, I have some examples, and there are similes here and the meaning here. So what I need you to do, I need you to help me read the simile and then tell me what the meaning is. So what is it trying to tell you? All right. So the first one here says, who would like to go? Anybody?
Smart as fox. Smart as a fox.
Okay.
To be very smart.
Yes, exactly. So the line is ready for you here to see, right? You say, so and so Kavija is as smart as a fox. It means Kavija is a very smart person. All right. Okay, next. Who would like to read number 2?
To be quick. To be quick.
Yes, to be quick. Excellent. Very good. Okay, number 3. Snails. Nails, you know the nails that you hammer to the wall? Are tough. So what does that mean?
Tough as to be very strong.
Okay. Yes, you are right. To be very strong. He's tough as nails. So when you say, my friend is tough as nails, just 1 minute. So when you say,
Cry like a baby.
Cry a lot. Yes, you are right. Absolutely. You guys are very good at this. Okay. All right. Next, number 5.
As clear. To be clear.
Yes, to be clear as crystal. Run like the wind.
Run fast. To run fast.
Yes. Very good. Well done. Good job, children. You have understood simile very well. So what we do is, when we use a simile, we are actually trying to tell the person the meaning. This is the meaning, right? So when we say as clear as crystal, that means the person is very clear. So my teacher, when she speaks, she's as clear as crystal. It is very clear. The diamonds are as clear as crystal. That means it's very sparkly and clear. Right? Run like the wind. The horses ran like the wind. That means they ran very fast. All right. So you got that very well. Good job. Now, there are more similes here. Let's practice reading them. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can ask me if you don't understand any of it. Okay. Anybody read, please?
Blind as a bat.
Blind as a bat. Yeah. So bats are not generally blind creatures, right? They move or they fly listening to the sound waves. All right. So when you say blind as a bat, a person is blind as a bat means the person does not want to see things properly. Okay, they can't see things clearly. All right. And that's where the comparison is blind as a bat. Okay. Next.
Busy as a bee.
Children are always very busy as a bee, right? Bees are always busy collecting honey. So children are always very busy playing and having fun. So we can say as busy as a bee. Or my mom is busy as a bee. That means she's always doing something, working in the house, going to work, cooking, cleaning. So these are examples. Okay, next. Clean as a whistle. Okay, whistle is very clean, right? When you blow into a whistle, the sound is very clean and sharp. So when you say clean as a whistle, you could say, like, for example, my brother cleaned his room. My brother's room is clean as a whistle. All right. Okay. This one I'm sure everybody knows. Cry like a baby. Yeah, I'm sure everybody knows what this means. Yeah. Okay. A fiddle. Can anybody guess what does this mean? What does this mean? Fit as a fairy? Anybody knows what is fit as a fiddle? It means strong. Okay. My grandfather is as fit as a fiddle. That means my grandfather, even though he's old, right, he's still very strong and healthy. That's what it means. Fit as a fiddle. All right. Happy as a clam. Yeah. Okay. So this is to refer. The children are happy as a clam when they go out to the playground. So it's generally saying that you are very happy. The person is very happy. All right. Oven. Yeah. So you know ovens are very hot, right? Especially if you just finished baking a cake. So when you say the car is as hot as an oven, it means nobody can actually sit in the car because of the sun. It is very hot. Okay, next. Fish out of water. So normally fish out of the water, they are always jumping about because they can't breathe, right? So when you say James looked like a fish out of water when he was caught by the teacher, it means that James was very frightened and very scared and he was jumping around because he did something wrong. All right? But normally it's used when somebody's in trouble. Okay? Next. Peas in a pot. Yeah. It usually suggests when two friends they do things together and they always do things similarly. So we say the friends are like two peas in a pot. They always do things together or they dress up together. The twins are like two peas in a pot. All right? Old as dirt. All right? So basically it means whatever it is, can be an object or a person or a thing that is old as dirt. All right? Dirt means earth. Earth is very old, right? So we can say old as dirt. Okay. Yeah, you can't hear a mouse running around. Therefore, when a person is quiet as a mouse, it's absolutely quiet. Next. Sharp as a tack. A tack is something with a sharp needle at the end, right? And when you say sharp as a tack, means the person is very brilliant, very quick in whatever they are doing. Okay? Yeah. So it simply means a person is not well or quiet or just lying down, be quiet, and he's not feeling well at all. Okay, next. Sleep like this one. Yeah, you understand. All right. I explained to you just now. Yeah, the same thing I explained just now. Okay. read each simile sentence, circle the simile. All right, the first sentence. Anybody read and tell me what's the answer?
Boy is as a rabbit.
So,
As a bee. My
okay.
grandmother is as wise as an owl.
Okay. So next sentence. She is as busy as a bee. Which one is the simile?
A bee. As a bee.
Okay. Number 3. Which one is the simile?
Grandmother is as wise as an owl.
Okay. Number 4.
My little bird.
Okay. Actually, there's supposed to be a brother here. I think I missed out the brother. So my little brother eats like a bird. Okay. He eats a little bit. All right. So that's what it means.
Last night I slept like a dog.
Log.
Like a
Yes, last night I slept like a log. It means I really slept through the whole night. Okay, like a log. Okay, very good. So I'm sure. So I hope all of you understand what is simile and how you can use it in the sentence. All right. Okay. There are similes here. I need you to use the adjective and make a simile, a new simile. Okay. So use any of the adjectives here for. All right, ready? Can anybody tell me what as a
as fast as aeroplane?
yes, as fast as an aeroplane. Okay, that's good because when you want to say, oh, my friend runs as fast as an aeroplane, so you just make up your own simile, you see? All right, so you're comparing him with a very fast aeroplane. Number 2, as look at the yes, as scared as a cat, right? Next, yes, as cold as ice. Very good, well done. Next, as bright as the sun. Very good, well done. Good. Yes. Okay. So you can actually make up your own similes if you know adjectives and if you have a noun that you can describe. All right. So good job, children. Very well done. Good job. Okay. So that is all for simile. I hope you understand and you use it when you are writing sentences. You can even use, like for example, a flower. If you say a flower and the adjective for a flower is pretty, you can always say, my mother's sari is as pretty as a flower. So immediately we can understand that her sari is so pretty, so wonderful. All right. Or if you take another adjective, for example, snow, and you know snow are white, right? So you can say my shirt is as white as snow. That means we know your shirt color is so white and clean. All right. So you can actually make up your own adjectives. I mean your own similes as long as you have a noun and an adjective. All right. I hope you will try these in the next week or when you speak to your friends or your family members. It can be quite fun, you know. All right. Now, next, we are going to look at comprehension strategies and skills, reading and understanding what we are reading. Okay. Okay. We're going to look at main idea. Okay. Every story has a main idea. Okay, the main idea tells us what is this story all about. Just now, we read about the bears, right? So what was the main idea of that story? Is to tell us all about polar bears and grizzly bears. All right. So every story that you read, okay, even a movie that you watch, there is always a main idea. To find the main idea, think about what the whole story is about. Okay, so after you read a passage or if you read a story, ask yourself, what is this story trying to tell me? And if you get the answer, that's the main idea. Okay. Sometimes one picture or one sentence tell the main idea. So it just by looking at the picture, you immediately will understand what is it trying to tell you. Okay. Sometimes the name of the story will give us the main idea. So just now before I started the story about the bears, I told you the title is Bears, right? So then you know that's the main idea. So the whole story is going to be about bears, and we are going to learn something about it. All right. Here, draw a line under the sentence that tells what each picture is about. So by looking at this picture, tell me what's the main idea of this picture.
Matt has a new book.
Yes, exactly. You see, so do I have to tell you anything? You don't, I don't have to tell you anything, right? But just looking at the picture, you really thought that this is the idea of the picture. So when you see pictures in your books, in your storybooks, right, the picture will actually tell you what is the story about. Last week we learned, right? The other week, looking at the pictures and getting information. All right. So now look at this picture and tell me what is the main idea.
Mouse lives in the city.
Yes. Yes. How do you get to the city? What gave away?
Buildings are because there are buildings.
Exactly. Good job. Well done. That's how you look for clues in the picture. Very good. Little mouse lives in the city. Very good. All right.
The rabbit
This one is pretty easy, right? Yeah. The rabbit is eating carrots. So by looking at the pictures, you get the main idea. Okay, now we have a story here. Look for a sentence that tells the main idea. So this story here gives us the main idea. Just one sentence, okay? I would like you to read and tell me what's the main idea. Okay, can everybody read together?
Jack has a new house. She likes playing it. Then the kite go up and down. The kite.
Very good. Well done. Okay. What do you think the main idea of this story is?
Dan's new kite. Jane has a new kite.
Exactly. Well done. Yes, that's the idea of this story. Okay, it's all about Jane's new kite. So tell me, what would be the best name of the story?
Jane's new kite.
Yes, very good. So you see, when you read a text, when you read a story, it's very important to find out what's the main idea. And just like I said just now, even the title can tell you what's the story about. Okay, next. Next, we have a poem. We don't have a story, a poem. All right. What's the difference? Okay, so can we read this poem together?
I have a little frog. I have a frog. His tiny tail. I put him in a bathtub. He eats to swim. He drank up all the water up the soap and we had to bubble. He had a bubble.
Well done. Good job. Good job. All right. Now, I would like to hear one person say the poem. Can who would like to say the poem? One person, please. Anybody like to volunteer?
Teacher, may I read?
Yes, please. And who is that?
Tanadi.
Okay. Sure.
I have a little frog. I have a little frog. His name is Tiny Tim. I put him in the bathtub to see if he could swim. He drank up all the water. He gurgled up the soap. And when he tried to talk, he had a bubble in his throat.
Yes, well done. I like the way you have said the poem. Your expression is very good. Well done. Okay, so just like to reinforce certain words, gobble, drank, throat, bubble. All right, good job. Okay, now by reading this poem or listening to the poem, what do you think the main idea of this poem is?
I have a little frog.
About a little frog
I have
named Tiny Tim.
Yes.
a little frog named Tiny Tim.
Yeah, so that's what you see. So many sentences just to tell you about Tiny Tim. All right. So this is the main idea of the story. All right. So when you write a story, when you read a story, it's very important to know what is the main idea. What are you trying to share? What are you trying to tell? Or what are you reading about? Okay. So that's main idea. Very good. All right. Now, let's use some of the words that we have learned and put them in sentences so that in future you can use them in your sentences too. All right. Write a word from the box on each line. Fly, little, bubbles, play. Okay. First sentence. Can you read and tell me the answer?
Birds flying in the sky.
Very good. Well done.
There are bubbles floating in the air.
Good job. Bubbles floating in the air. Very good.
The little children are playing. They play with them.
Okay.
Play
With them.
With them.
Very good. Can anybody tell me what's the main idea of the story? What's the main idea of the story?
The little children are playing in the garden.
Yes, little children playing in the garden is the main idea. Very good. All right. If you were to give a title for this story, what title would you give? What title can you give for this story?
Children's playtime.
Playing. Yeah, playing, right? Playing in the garden, playing. Yeah, these are the titles that you can give for this story. Well done, children. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to do a picture talk, all right? And we're going to learn new words, like how we learned about the best the other time. This time we're going to learn about the playground, okay? All right. So in the playground, many of you may see things similar to these, or some of you may not have seen it at all. So we are going to learn some new words, all right? So this here is called a slide, all right? Have you ever seen a slide? Have you played on a slide before? Yes, I'm sure. Very good. Yeah. Okay, what is this? What is this called?
Swing.
Swing, yeah? Very good. And this here? Skateboard. Yes, the boy is playing with a skateboard. All right. So these are the things that you would see in the playground. Okay. How about this thing here? Seesaw. Okay. Or you can call it teeter totter. All right. Another name for it is called teeter totter. Okay. What is this? Balloon. Very good. And here? Trampoline. And what do you normally do on a trampoline? What can you do on a trampoline?
Jump on it.
Jump on it.
Yes, jump. And what is the little girl here doing?
Jump rope.
Jump rope. Yes. Okay. Now, there is another playground here with a slightly different things to do. Okay. This, I'm sure all of you know this. What is this?
Slide.
Slide, which you know. Okay. Do you know what is this called? Monkey bars. Yes. Do you have a monkey bar in your school?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What is this called?
Jungle gym.
Jungle gym. Yes. Jungle gym means normally it's an extended playground where you need to climb up, go across the road and slide down. There are many obstacles in the jungle gym. Okay. What is this? Swing. Okay.
Merry-go-round.
Sandbox.
Spider. Yeah. See, these are some of the things that you can find in a playground. Okay. So why am I asking you to read them? So that when you see pictures or when you need to write a story about playground, you can use these nouns. All right. Now, what are the actions that you can do in the playground? What are the actions you can do? Yes, very good. Well done. So these are some action words, some of the actions that you can do in the playground. My friend Jim, right? What did he do? He jumped on the trampoline as quick as what? As quick as a fox or as quick as a lightning. All right. So you see, I just used a noun, an action with a simile. All right. So that's how you use what you have learned in stories and speech. Okay. Next, these are emotions that you can feel while playing in the playground. You can feel
Happy, excited,
embarrassed, silly. All right. So if you're happy, normally when you're playing in the playground, you're happy. You can be excited. If somebody pushes you, you get angry. If you fall and get hurt, you can get sad. All right. You can be silly, teasing your friends when they're trying to play catching. Or you can be embarrassed. All right. So these are little emotions that you can feel and use in your stories. Okay. So now we have a story here that speaks about the playground. Okay. School playground. Okay. It's fiction. Fiction means not true. It's a make-believe story. Can anybody read the story, please?
The school playground was full of children. The boys and girls were having exciting things. Some of the boys were singing others were climbing the tower and sliding down. Some of them were busy playing on the seesaw, going up and down. The bell rang up. All children go together. The children had a wonderful time at the playground.
Good job. Very good. Well done, children. So you see how we have learned how we have learned new words, all right? How we have learned words from the pictures, emotions, and actions, and how we have converted them into a story, okay? So that's what we have learned today, right? To use words that we have learned and actions and emotions, and then we use them in our stories. And our story must have a beginning, middle, and ending, all right? It has character, children, bigger boys, big girls, smaller children. It tells us where, school playground, and it tells us when, all right, during school time. So what we have learned in these classes, or what we have learned in our classes, is very important to put them all together and use them in your lessons in school, or when you are writing, or when you are speaking. The more you use them, the better you become. All right? Now, let's end our lesson with a song. Like you said, we can sing and dance when we are in the playground. So this is an action song. I'm just going to teach you, and then hopefully you can remember. And when you are in the playground, you can sing and dance with your friends. Okay, it's called Hokey Pokey. All right? So everybody get ready, your right hand. If you can, you stand up. I'm not going to stand up, so you can stand up if you can, and then follow. All right? Give me your right hand, everybody. Okay, the song goes like this. You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Yay! Now you put your left hand. Show me your left hand, everybody. Ready? Go. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand out, you put your left hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. You turn around, Shalini. Turn around. Show everybody how you turn around. Very good. Well done. All right. That's what it's all about. Yay. Yay. Put your hands up. Ready, go. Very good, Shalini. Thank you for helping me. All right. Now your leg. You put your right leg in. You put your right leg out. You put your right leg in. And you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. Turn yourself around, Shalini. Yes. That's what it's all about. Yay! All right. So you put your left leg in. Ready, go. You put your left leg in. You put your left leg out. You put your left leg in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. Shalini, turn. Yes. And that's what it's all about. Yay! Ho, hokey pokey. Oh, hokey pokey. Oh, hokey pokey. And that's what it's all about. Yay! So actually you can go on, not just your hands and your legs. You can even say your head. You can put your head in. You can put your head out. You put your head in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Yay! All right. So this is actually a very cute dance song. You can, it's very simple. The words are very repetitive. You can learn it. You can even, and then you can try to get your friends and teach them, and you can sing and dance together. All right. So if you have little brothers and sisters, this is a very good song to teach them. All right. And teach them left, right, in, out, and all that. So you'll be the teacher for them. Okay. All right. Thank you, children. I had a wonderful time with all of you. Let's say our goodbye songs, and then we will end our lessons. Can everybody please sing for me?
English class.
Time to
Time to say goodbye. 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 See you all once again. Goodbye.
Very good. Thank you, children. You have been wonderful. All right. Even today, before we started the lesson, some of you may have heard it, some of you didn't. But just to let everybody know that Reverend Akila was very, very pleased and happy to hear many of you speak in English during lesson, and many of you try to participate and read and give the answers. All right. So it's a good job. Well done. All of you are doing a great job, and I'm very happy to see you on Sunday to have lessons with you. I hope you are happy too. All right. Thank you very much, children. It's time to say goodbye.
Bye, teacher.
Goodbye. Bye, children. Thank you. I see you next week. All right. All right. Okay.
Bye.
හරි කවුරුත් යන්න එපා පන්තියෙන් කවුරුත් අයින් වෙන්න එපා පන්තියෙන් ඉන්න thank you Saraswathi
Thank you, Reverend. Can I
yeah.
take my leave now?
Yeah, for yes
Thank you,
for yes.
Saras.
I have an
That
announcement
Grace,
for
is
the
that you?
students.
Yes, it's me. I just got back in time. I hear your songs. Thank you. I like it. You
All
did
right,
that.
children. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Nani. Thank you, Jamie. Bye. Thank you, Saiking. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
හරි පුතේ අද මේ දැන් කට්ටි ගොඩක් අඩු වුණානේ මම නම් ටිකක් දානවා ඒගොල්ලෝ දැන් ඔයාලා දැන් WhatsApp group ගොඩක් තියෙනවානේ ඒ group වලට දැන් මේ නම් list එකක් තියෙනවා මම මේ list එක දානවා ඒ 6 7 පන්ති වල ආයේ මට call එකක් දෙන්න ඒ list වල ඉන්න නම තියෙන එක්කෙනෙක් නම තියෙන ළමයි මම ඒ නම දැම්මම දැන් මේකේ හැම නමක්ම නැහැනේ ඒ නිසා අපි නම දැම්මහම මේ ඒ ඔයාලගේ කවුරු හරි අම්මා කෙනෙක් හරි තාත්තා කෙනෙක් හරි ලව්ව මට කෝල් එකක් දෙන්න. හරි එහෙනම් ඔයාලා අයින් වෙන්න පුළුවන්.